The pain and concern of Latinos across the United States and the Americas is inevitably felt here in Washington. Some could argue that the political action or inaction in this city is partly responsible for the circumstances so many are now facing. But where you find humans in crisis, you also find humans willing to help. And we will devote the rest of this hour to those running towards the fire. We begin with Marco Rubio. The Cuban-American, Florida Republican senator is a lead author of the Paycheck Protection Program, which is designed to be a lifeline for companies struggling amid the pandemic.
Everyone has small.
More than $600 billion is being distributed to thousands of businesses nationwide.
That this was not a moment in which there was a Republican side or a Democrat side. This was a moment in which the entire nation was imperiled economically, and we needed to act quickly.
Critics say not enough of the money is reaching minority-owned small companies and their workers who desperately need the help. It's a concern that Rubio understands.
Well, let me tell you what it's not. It's not a bailout. And my view of it is, if the government's going to force you to close, then the government has a role to play in trying to the extent possible, keep you whole. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to the extent possible to create a bridge between the pandemic and some return to normalcy that helped as many people as possible stay connected to their job.
But the hope here is that you're keeping these companies aloft as long as possible.
That's exactly right. And I don't mean to say that to be insensitive about it. I think it's to be honest about it. When you have something like this happen, there will be harm done. There's been harm already done. Like if this was 30 years ago, my dad worked at a hotel, my mom worked at Kmart at the time. What would have happened to us when I was 15, 16, 17, 18 years of age if something like this would have happened then? Because they both would have been unemployed, pretty sure of that. And you think about those sorts of things.
That's why Rubio hopes the Paycheck Protection Program is doing more than just putting money in the bank.
For people who have never gone through that or seen it or lived it or been near it, you don't realize that the impact isn't just economic. It strikes right at the heart of what gives your life purpose, meaning, and dignity for millions and millions of people. And we're working on it. We're doing the best we can to address it, and that things are going to get better. It isn't going to be this way forever.
We are the epicenter of the epicenter. Ponte la máscara, mi amor.
For many across the country, the last 3 months
You realize how many children are on the line?
have upended their lives.
That means their parents probably had to go back to work.
So they sent the kids to pick it up.
Because I didn't have this many kids on the line before.
And Latino leaders
How many?
are rushing to help.
You have a microwave? Okay.
Based in Queens, New York, Catalina Cruz, a Colombian immigrant, is the first dreamer to serve in the New York State Assembly.
Hoy sí vino temprano. Eso. Conóceme más, mi amor. These are really kind people who will get to the end of the line and we have no more food, and they have 4 meals, and they'll turn around and give 2 to the person behind them.
She's an angel in this neighborhood.
Her constituents let her know when they like her
I want she to be a mayor.
Okay.
and when they don't.
She does terrible things. No. She does for illegals, not the people that live here.
You see what I mean?
By the morning of March 17th, 5 days before New York was ordered to stay home, Assemblywoman Catalina Cruz's district office became a food pantry.
So this is where we have the food set up, and we start giving it out, and we kind of
Today, her team gives out at least 2,000 meals a day.
Buenas.
Every day, the line wraps around the block.
What's going through your head as you walk the line?
That could have been me and my mom. That had I not become one of the lucky ones, I'd be on a line with my mom.
But what does it say that in the nation's largest city, allegedly the financial center of the country and of the world, an assemblywoman has to do this for her constituents?
When it came time to help my people, they left us alone. They left us alone. I had lines of people. There were like 2,000. ¿Cómo me le va, mi amor? Bien, bien, aquí en la lucha. They left us alone to fight. And there are still days where we feel very alone. Pase por allá al frente.
Many of those left alone are the essential workers, doing jobs that keep the economy humming, even without legal status.
And it often feels like we are desechables. ¿Se acuerda de mí, cierto? We are the ones that can be thrown away. It's a very vibrant part of our neighborhood. Hola, señor, ¿cómo está?
These immigrants,
Say hi to her and then
Latinos and Latinas,
le ha ido, mi amor.
are a critical part of society.
Están tratando.
A society is individuals who have agreed mutually to live together, to share values, to share a future, and to share a country and their communities. And you can't have a successful society if a significant percentage of the people in that society feel like it's not working out for them.
Provide diapers, help them find jobs, be a shoulder to cry on. Am I missing anything? And it's a lot.
It is, but I sometimes feel like it's not enough. My people need so much, I sometimes feel like, am I doing enough?